Our ceiling is really high. Our floor is obviously pretty low. I mean, we have so much potential as this team, and we've shown it in spurts, but we got to find it on a consistent basis.
Do you think what Alex said, it sounded like maybe you guys sometimes overlook an opponent a little bit and maybe play down to the competition sometimes, play up when it's you have great road wins and then you have some not so great losses. Do you think that's fair to say that maybe you're playing up and down a little bit sometimes?
Yeah, I think that's been evident. I mean, versus DePaul at home, we were down 14. I mean, that's kind of the same story you were just talking about. Beat Creighton at Creighton, beat Marquette at Marquette. We show up for the big games, and we don't play as well for not as big games, but we just got to understand that each game is so important, especially right now during the season.
Certainly from here on in, Liam, you guys are kind of playing for your lives, right? And so you really have to have that now every game. You can't take anybody for granted because you can't afford a loss to anybody now.
I mean, yeah, we got to play with desperation because that's the point where we're at. It's do or die right now, and we all got to play like it every game.
What was that ride like on the way back from Seton Hall? Coach said it was like a casket. You couldn't even feel a person move.
I mean, yeah, it was no positive feelings, definitely on the bus and even after the bus. I don't think there's been any positive feelings after, just that we've been so locked in now and in practice, and like we're not going to take any more games for granted.
Liam, you played on a lot of different teams in your career in high school and so forth. Have you ever been in a situation similar to this where you know the team has talent and you know the team can perform at a high level and you're not? And if you have been in a situation, how did you deal with that?
I mean, sure, no team ever plays to their full potential every single game. I mean, we just haven't been playing to our full potential less than we should. I mean, we're going to, like I said earlier and a couple weeks ago, we're going to figure it out. And we have figured it out for a little, and then we've let up, but we're going to find it.
Yeah, I've seen you in situations, I'm not at all the games, but I've seen you at the last time at the St. John's game, you weren't really happy that game in the press conference and you left pretty quickly. It seems like some of the games you take it really heavily on yourself. Is that something that you've always done?
I mean, I hate to lose, and that's the worst feeling in the world is when you fail. I mean, it's important how you respond to failure, and that shows how mature you are and how you learn from it.
Liam, there's a lot of pressure that comes with playing here, especially after the last 2 years. Do guys feel that weight? I mean, is playing uptight maybe part of the problem here?
No, I don't think so. I mean, really just the whole problem with that game is just not being ready to play. And I mean, you saw it from the jump. Played soft, scared, not ready to play. It's that simple.
You said there weren't any positive thoughts on the bus ride home or even since then, but you do have to create positive thoughts to go out and play hard again, right? I mean, what's that transition like? Do you start now ramping up and thinking, okay, here we go for the rest of the season?
Like I said, we just got to play with desperation, play angry. We gotta take our feelings and emotions out on somebody, and that's what we're gonna do tomorrow night.
Liam, looking at a guy like Eric Dixon, how do you both individually and you guys collectively attack him on the defensive end?
I mean, we're not gonna change our game plan. We stick with our game plan. The coaches know what they're doing, and I mean, we didn't get the job done at Villanova, but it's gonna be a different story tomorrow night.
What have these last couple of practices looked like? Have they been different in some way than before?
I would just say there's a different level of focus and being locked in that we had today. I was trying to bring a lot of energy and be motivational to the team, just because I know we need some energy, and we just need something to fire us up.
It's a little more emphasis on situations, late game situations that you guys have been doing.
I mean, I think I think all that comes from, like I said, just not being ready to play. If we were ready to play, and the game would have gone a lot differently.
Yeah, just one last question.